Forex to Pips. I'm gonna show y'all my trades today for January 24. I just has finished taking the L. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Boom. But I was in a full position. The market faked me out. I thought it was gonna drop. And honestly, it was a bad trade. I'm gonna show y'all why. First of all the volume was in this area. Boom. Right? The only way I could take a sell was if it was starting to close the 100 range or like the 150 range under here, and then they were still VWAP under. So I kind of like rushed. So what I did, I seen the 100 range. Now it started close. It did close above the VWAP, the top VWAP. So it started retracing a little bit. I got in. I think I got in a little early or a little late, but I started positioning myself for the buys now. I know the buys was coming in because it closed out the zone, out the profile zone. So I'm starting right here. I'm showing you I'm starting to position myself for the actual buys. Now I'm looking at this area right here as support. This is the support now, this area. So now I'm starting to take the buys. The market's been a little choppy, so I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been doubting a lot of positions I get in because it hasn't been a lot of follow through on moves. And it's making me change the way I trade because now my stop losses gotta be so big. I'm not used to trading like that. But just an adjustment that's has to be made. The market is a little weird. Today was a little better though. Even though it did the fake out to the bottom today, it faked out and then it just shot up. Another reason I took the trade was, right, I know all the liquidity was up top where it made the highs at. So when it broke the zone, I know it's trying to reach these highs. So my head is like, all right, if it reaches the highs and the breaks is a confirmation that the day is going to be going up. So I started marking these zones, 170, 750. That would be my take profit. I actually wanted to take it to 17800s, but I knew that once it get to the 170, 750, it was gonna start hesitating and playing around and coming down, and I didn't want to deal with that today, honestly. Currently, right now, while I'm doing the video, it's 12:38, and the market already hit 177.90. So I could have held this trade all the way up there, honestly. But I just didn't want to deal with these pullbacks, and you know what? I'm not even gonna be greedy. I'm gonna take my profit. Even though today was a day to be greedy, that's something I gotta learn how to capitalize. I actually got back in. I didn't record it. I got back in and I scalped them for another 20, 30 points when it pulled back. I could have actually stood in that trade longer, but it is what it is. But like you see, so now it's going in my favor, the trade. Now I want to look at the 150. This was the pre-market high I'm marking now. So at this point, I'm just waiting for this candle to close, to be honest, because I'm waiting for the confirmation that it's going to start closing above the VWAP and that it's going to close above the pre-market high. Right there, broke. It just started going after that. I start adding to this position, so I'll wait for the pullback. It's gonna show it. I wait for the pullback because I already know it broke the high. So my guess is it broke the high. It's gonna try to pull back. When it pulls back, I'm gonna add and I'm gonna take it to the zone. Look, you can see the zone. This is where I had it to 177.89. But I just didn't want to hold because when it starts getting to the 50s, it's gonna show you it starts hesitating and it starts breaking down. It actually dropped from the 50s. It dropped. It went high to 177.66 and dropped right back down 177.04. So it dropped down almost 70 points. So imagine this is how I look at it. I'm in that position. I'm already in profits, and I added to my position. Drop 70 points. Now you start doubting your position. You know what I mean? Because the market just been mad flaky. So that's why I took my profits. When I seen this 177.50 hesitation, I was like, yeah, let me get out. Alright, so the candle closed, right? So this is when I start waiting for the pullback. This was the pre-market high, so I start looking for this area for the pullback to add. So now I started adding to the position. I seen it like kind of basing out at the pre-market high. You can see now, right, on the volume profile, this starting to become kind of like a resistance. So when I added, I was feeling comfortable because you could see kind of bouncing off, trying to go up off this zone now. I mean, even though there was a lot of empty space between this, so if it would have broke down, probably would have came down to the VWAP. But I was feeling safe in this trade when I added. So now I'm looking at this little top. I was waiting for this to break so I could really feel confident. It was hesitating in that little area, but I knew there was liquidity up there. So I know like once it starts breaking up there, it's gonna start pushing because that's where the liquidity was at. See how much my stop loss was 30 points, bro. I don't even like trading like that. But since I'm going off the 150 range, my stop loss has to be that big. And the only reason I'm trading the 150 in these market conditions because I'm realizing that when I draw a zone like VWAPs or just zones support resistance that I'm trying to break out of, the 150 chart is basically like once it break with that type of candle and it closes above or under a certain zone, it's almost like a momentum candle. So now I know, alright, it's trying to go that particular direction. So I could either, as soon as the candle closed, take that direction or wait for a pullback probably to like almost the middle of the candle. Sometimes yesterday I got into a trade that the candle almost closed under the candle I went in on and I had to hold that drawdown and then it reversed and started going my direction. So it's tricky, man. That's why I'm just gonna wait on the breakout of a particular direction and just know that I might be in drawdown and just trust the process, I guess. You know what I mean? Especially if it's breaking out of the zone with that type of candle. I was getting antsy in this trade. I'm not even gonna lie. Even though it was in my direction, I was getting antsy because, like I said, the market just been weird, and I didn't want to deal with no drawdown, especially after I added it to my position. That's I hate that feeling. So this is when the market started to take off. Once it broke above those two, this little top, I'm like, all right, it should start moving. Then the 150, you see how it's starting to create like a wick at the bottom. So I'm looking at that like I'm like, all right, I hope this candle closed like that with a wick at the bottom because it means the buys took over. So you see the 150, the candle's looking good. That's why I was like, all right, it's looking the 150 looking good. So I'm feeling better, but I ain't gonna lie. I just wanted that candle to close as a bullish candle, so I could really know. This market been tricky, man. Currently, the market is at 177.91 at 12:56. So, like I said, I could have held it to the zone I wanted to. But, like I said, I didn't want to deal with the drawdown. I didn't want to deal with that pullback. I knew that pullback was going to be vicious. And then, listen, man, I ain't trying to deal with that, honestly. I'm on house arrest. I don't know. They're gonna call me mad randomly for some urine, and then I gotta get out my trade. Man, I'm alright. I'm alright. Alright, so now it start pushing. Boom. That push. Once this candle closed on the 150, I knew it was lit. I knew it was on from there. I was just waiting on that 150 close. So now I'm seeing the markets approaching the 77.50. So I'm adjusting my stop loss because I know it's gonna act weird up there. Street stuff like that. Talk a lot of shit. So you see the hesitation around 750. was trying to get the tools, the drawing tools. It wasn't letting me. I was trying to draw a line on the 177.50 so I could really see how it's reacting to it. Yeah, so around here I just take my profit because I don't like the hesitation. Boom, it popped up, but it started like, I don't know, something about the way the candles was reacting around that area. I know there's probably a lot of sellers up there too, so I just got out. Look, but anyway, that was the trade for today. Sorry about that.